In South Africa, the ruling ANC party has received 46% of votes in the country's local elections. Analysts have described this as the worst election outcome since the party took power at the end of apartheid in 1994. The party has been steadily losing support following repeated corruption scandals and poor basic service delivery in ANC strongholds. The final count was released on Thursday. Out of the 213 municipalities that were contested, the African National Congress achieved a majority of 161. Figures from the Electoral Commission put the ANC's biggest rival, the Democratic Alliance, second with 22% of the vote, and the Economic Freedom Fighters came third with 10%.
One-party domination is coming to a swift end across the length and breadth of South Africa, and we need to be able to take advantage of that going into the next election. So the road to 2024 starts today. We commit ourselves to being part of a new majority in South Africa that's going to be able to start building towards a better future for South Africa.
We have emerged as a victorious party, majority party, with not a decisive victory in all the metros. So it tells a story that ANC from the voters are saying to us, we still trust you that you can do better and do things better, as you said, that you will build better communities with us, but at the same time, we are not giving you a decisive victory.
Well, joining me now is Dr. Emmanuel Matambo, political analyst with the University of Johannesburg. Doctor, what is the significance of these local election results, particularly for the ANC?
Thank you very much for inviting me. Well, this is a very significant moment for the African National Congress because it is the first time since 1996 when local government elections were established in South Africa that the ANC has fallen under the 50% threshold. So what this means now is that the ANC will have to look around and see which parties it can collaborate with so that it can have a lot of sway in the municipalities of South Africa. So that is of significance to South Africa and the ANC. On top of that, this is actually a lesson to the African National Congress that despite having changed the leadership from the 9 wasted years of Jacob Zuma, as Ramaphosa characterized them, that the people are not yet sold to the message of reform and the new dawn that President Ramaphosa announced, despite him obviously being more popular than the African National Congress itself. So this is a time for introspection, and this is a time for humility as well, because for a long time, the African National Congress was very complacent. I remember in the mid-2000s, one of their leaders even said that the party would rule the country until Jesus Christ came. This, of course, seems not to be the case, judging from the low turnout of the voters and, of course, the ANC dipping below the 50% threshold.
And Doctor, is it possible then that we're seeing the end of one-party political dominance in South Africa?
This depends with how the ANC will collaborate with other smaller parties. But ideally, obviously, we would estimate that this is really the end or the beginning of the end of the ANC's dominance over South African politics. Because if smaller parties collaborate with the ANC, they will have to keep in mind that this is a party that is growing increasingly unpopular. And so collaborating or building coalitions with it might actually be costly to the electoral prospect of ambitious smaller parties.
All right, Doctor, thank you very much for speaking to us. Political analyst Dr. Emmanuel Matambo there.